So you come to me now in your time of need.
I guess so.
So I heard you, moved into this new house. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, there's no place like home, but it's quite comforting. I'm actually renting it from that Mr. Heathcliff who lives over at Wuthering Heights. He actually owns the place.
Heard some rumors about that guy. Tell me a little bit about him.
Well, he doesn't have any sort of guest etiquette. It's like we're not in London anymore. Like,
Guest etiquette?
yes, he is actually rude to his guests. He blames me for things I didn't even do.
Nellie, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. So, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the most important one first. So you know Heathcliff, personally.
Obviously.
Well, tell me a little bit about his childhood.
You can't handle the truth.
No, I think I can. So tell me a little bit about his childhood.
Well, you see, Heathcliff was adopted. Earnshaw, my master at the time, he decided to just adopt him. His wife wasn't so happy or pleased at the thought of this, and his eldest son, Hindley, oh no, he detested the boy. He loathed him entirely because his father favored him over. Yes. And
From what I hear.
but Catherine, though in the beginning she was a little hesitant, grew to love Heathcliff more than anyone.
Oh, Catherine. Is that...
That's Earnshaw's other child.
Oh, so his daughter, okay.
Yes, his daughter.
Interesting. So, Catherine and Heathcliff.
They had great childhood memories together and they loved each other greatly, except there was something always separating them.
And what was that?
Well, you see, the master always favored Heathcliff, as you know already. And when Earnshaw died, his son came back from school and he was married. And as you see, now he was the master of Heathcliff because Heathcliff wasn't actually Earnshaw's son. So Earnshaw started to make him work in the fields and like as a servant as opposed to an equal to get his revenge on him. And then Hindley Earnshaw, his wife passed away. His wife passed away, and as you know, because of this, he went mad. He started drinking, and so much abuse went on in that house. The truth was that he took out his anger on Heathcliff to get his revenge.
So Hindley abused Heathcliff.
Well, emotionally, I believe so. Always separated Lady Catherine from him, even though they loved each other. As one day they were playing together and she fell, and this is where she met the Lintons. And she started being courted by Edgar Linton, and that's when she was separated from him completely. See, and when he heard Catherine say that she was going to marry Edgar, he left. And we never knew anything about him until years later.
So
You talking about me? I'll get you and your little dog too. Are you talking to me? Because I don't have a dog. Do you feel lucky? Do you, punk?
So Heathcliff, thank you for joining us on the show. But so let's get down to some questions. What happened when you left for 3 years?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
If you can't tell me then what you did during those 3 years, why'd you come back?
There was a girl that I had to come see again, Miss Catherine. Catherine Earnshaw. And I come back, and she has married Edgar.
Who is Edgar?
Edgar Linton. My enemy. If money's all you want, then that's all you'll get.
Okay.
That's how it ended up for Catherine.
After you realized that Catherine got married, how'd you cope after that? You know, what'd you do?
I had to live in Wuthering Heights with her brother, Hindley.
So you went back and lived with Hindley?
I did. And he tries to kill me. Tried several times. Comes into my room at night. And it's something that you get used to.
Who is Isabel to you?
Well, I would say that she is my wife. She is Edgar's sister. And I have to get back at Edgar. So his sister falls in love with me. I marry her.
So you only married her to get back at Edgar.
Yeah.
So then how did this change your relationship with Edgar?
Well, since I still hate Edgar, I had to show him that hate. So I showed some hate towards his sister, Isabel.
So you married her, and then what do you mean by hate?
Some would call it domestic abuse. I call it hate.
So what you're saying is you abused her?
Absolutely.
And you're admitting this on national TV. But let's bring back in Nellie. What can you tell me about Catherine's sickness?
Well, you see, Catherine had this issue where if she got very emotional or like distressed, you could say that she would go into like these attacks, or like it would be like she was like out of herself.
So then after her passing, what'd you do with her child?
Her child grew up in the manor, and as you know, my master, Mr. Linton, Edgar, he kept her very isolated because he feared Heathcliff's revenge on her and the family.
I can't talk about this anymore. I have to go. I'm up.
And Lockwood has arrived back on the scene.
Yeah, he has.
How?
Did I win?
Yes, you're
Well,
fine.
let's get back to Nellie. Isabel and how she left.
Well, as Mr. Heathcliff already told you, that he treated her horribly. He was a villain to her. Absolutely atrocious treatments, and all to get back at her brother when all she ever did was love him. Well, the truth was, she got over it. She took the opportunity to run, and she just left. She came to visit me very quickly, briefly, to get a carriage so that she could leave to London. Mm-hmm. And soon after, she wrote letters, but
she left to London.
Yes, and there she had a baby.
She had a baby. So while this is all going on, what happened to little Catherine?
Well,
Catherine's daughter, the one that she gave birth to.
Yes. Little Catherine, honestly, she was the shut-in, as the same as her father.
What do you mean by that?
He wanted nothing to do with Heathcliff. Like I had said, he feared that Heathcliff wanted to take Catherine into his revenge plot, and he was right.
So, what you're saying is Catherine's father.
Mm-hmm. Edgar.
So, yeah, Catherine's father, Edgar, wouldn't let her, know about Heathcliff.
No, he completely shut her off from that world. Until Linton. Isabel became ill and she died. So, Edgar went and picked up Linton.
Okay.
But Heathcliff was like, Linton, I am your father, and he stole him from Edgar because he said that that was his son and his rightful heir and everything, so he took him from her, and that's how little Catherine wandered off one day, and she met Linton again, and Harrington, which is Hindley's son, that Heathcliff has taken as a servant. He stole all of his property and everything from Harrington, and he still loves him because he was not aware that he was so brutally taken advantage of.
Wow.
Oh no.
So after hearing all this about Heathcliff, how do you feel towards your tenant, Lockwood?
To put it simply, Heathcliff is a jerk.